Welcome to Schmactors, a podcast series that seeks to answer the question, are Hollywood actors all spoiled, vapid, vacuous, and vain ingrates, or do some of them actually have interesting views on issues of the day? Or is it a mixed bag? James Marsters and Mark Devine are putting themselves to the test. They're leaving it up to you to decide if they're interesting or just plain nuts. Listen as they peel back their craniums, share the surprising thoughts that fill their heads, and draw back the curtain on the world's zaniest town.
Hey, Mark. It's so good
buddy.
to see you, dude. I've missed you.
I'm giving you a little virtual hug. Grab you.
Your whiskers.
Your hair looks so good. I swear to God, I'm like looking at you and I'm like, all right, you're 75 years old, but whatever you're using, the creams and all that, still you can only get in Hollywood.
Blood of the innocent, but it's
only
only every 6 months. Yeah. Yeah, it's a new thing.
No, see, I have Republican friends that are going to question that because they really believe that.
Okay, just let them roll with that one. Yeah, but just tell them not all the time, just a couple of times a year.
Is it adrenochrome?
I don't know. George does it. There's a place on Abbott Kenny. Yeah. How
are you doing?
I have a question for you, Mark, because this is something that freaks me out. You said I'm older, and I am, but I do look good.
It's okay. You do. Yeah.
I'm concerned about my big toes. Like my dad, like I took care, I helped take care of him and he's passed away now. But at the end, he had like really thick toenails.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. In
like
fact, I'll send you a
toes.
picture. I'll send a picture of my dad's toes.
Right. Oh, please don't. So anyway.
No, it's sick.
To see this, why do you do this? Like, oh, this tastes terrible. Taste it. I was like, no.
Yeah. But you still got to see it.
So, like, this is what I did my last birthday, and I've been thinking about this. I took a picture of my big toe.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a picture of my big toe on every birthday just to kind of like see what's happening. If because like so far they look pretty good, and like in my mind I'm like, hey, they look like my toes look like when I was 17. But I don't know if I'm just fooling myself, and it's just slowly going toward raptor toe.
Yeah, well, it's a fungus, and
really?
I'm so trying to send this picture because I took Dad. It was so awful that I took him to the podiatrist, and I'm like, it's so looking, Dad, and so I'm taking the picture, and he goes, "Good idea, son. Take a picture." He didn't know I was taking a picture just to send to my friends because it was so jacked up. And the podiatrist comes in.
But this is great.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. The podiatrist comes in and he goes, "Oh," and my dad said, "You're a podiatrist?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "Okay, so you're not a real doctor." Because he's in his 90s and he judges like the filter is gone. And then you just see this podiatrist just like start rolling up his sleeves, and it's like out of Dumb and Dumber when they're doing their nails, and he's taking like some device that you would use to, do a massive cable to cut a cable with to start ripping away at it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it
okay,
just
but the good news is you're saying it's a fungus.
Sent it to you.
It's not just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm afraid of.
And for some reason, it's mostly men. I don't know why.
Because women wash their toes. I don't know. God. So, but the good news is if I wash my toes, and I suppose there's some kind of ointment or tincture that you can get, it's not just old age. It's not just going to happen. I feel so much better.
I don't know. You tell me first.
What?
You're going to get there before I will.
Yeah. I'll show you my toes once a year. Okay, let's get on to it, man.
Okay, let's go.
Dive into some questions.
What questions?
We're going to kick off today with Tom Meyer from Uniontown, Kansas. He would like to know, would you guys ever consider going on a reality show? If yes, what kind?
No way in heck. I would never do that.
Why?
Why does anyone do that? Oh, let's go on and get kicked off the island while eating bugs and telling everyone that we hate that person and stab each other in the back. And
well, let me ask you this. So we're not reality fans. I grew up with The Real World on MTV. I thought that was really cool. It was cutting edge. It was more kind of fun. I used to watch what's the one? Intervention.
Mhm.
You know, when I was just by myself drunk, and I'd be like, oh, those poor bastards, you know? And then I'd always wait at the end to see if like they made it. And it said, Jimmy got high as hell. 3 days later.
You're like, go, Jimmy, yeah.
Right. But I did not miss an episode of Intervention.
I haven't seen a lot of reality TV. To be honest, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just have this conception of reality television, which is probably Big Brother, you know, and everyone's talking about who's getting kicked off the island. And I don't care who's on the island and who's not on the island. Why do people care that if they're on the island? I don't get it.
I think there's such a need to be famous for anybody. Like there are literally schools to teach you how to be a reality actor. Because as you know, the producers are all there. You remember when I was working on the Tory Black thing, trying to produce that?
Mm-hmm.
And you helped me so much with that. Because I'm like,
that would have been
I
awesome.
don't know what the conflict is. This is a porn actress that's, you know, the loveliest human being you'll ever meet. And, you know, I wanted to bring this together. And, you know, but I think you kept saying you need a puck. You need a puck. And I think Puck was from, what was that? That goofball. Was that from Real World too?
I think
Puck?
it was.
Yeah,
Puck was
just
season
like-
1 of The Real World, I believe,
never-
which was, by the
okay.
way, the first real reality show.
That's
I
right.
never even watched it, and I was.
That's
telling
right. But yeah,
need
you
a
were.
Puck.
Yeah, maybe you were referring to Shakespeare's Puck.
No, I was just a reality show Puck. But I'm being honest with you now. I'd never seen him.
God damn it! Then why did you tell? Maybe you ruined.
But
the
I think I
whole-
was right. You needed that guy, that character,
For
to stir it up.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But the whole thing, you know, it was reality based. Where I'm, you know, I have a friend who
She was just too
does all the-
nice. She was just. That was
Well,
the thing. Tori was
no.
just like a good
networks
mom and a really
never,
nice person.
Networks, what was that? 15 years ago, networks would never touch it because she had done porn. Which now, you know, I've reached back out to them. I'm like, hey,
And they're
what you
like,
guys?
yeah.
They're like, no, because they were asking, you know, do we get paid immediately? And you know, we just did this soccer one. It's a reality. Listen, if you consider this reality, so there's different realities, right? You've got the games kind of thing,
Mhm.
but then you have the HGTV stuff of like a couple going to, you know, look at a new home, their new home. One of the great ones is Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. That, hands down, is a phenomenally produced, so well written, so well formatted that if you can watch that without shedding a tear, you might be a sociopath.
I actually have watched that because that actually makes me feel good. I'll be honest. And I've also watched one about, my son turned me on to it, about, I think it's Canadian, where they just dump a person off in the wilderness with nothing, like a knife, and they have to like figure out how to get enough calories to survive, and they can film themselves. And they spend a lot of time hiding from bears, really. Oh, no, it's a bear. Shh, I'm going to bury myself again in the hole. I'll be right back, you know. But it's very exciting. And basically we're watching people slowly starve to death and trying to just get grubs and berries. But it's
Did
really,
you like
it's fun.
it?
And winter is always coming, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would
coming.
never do that. Are you kidding me? No. I'm the one that's going to be eating popcorn, watching the people starve to death. I'm not going to be the person starving.
Okay,
No.
so you just admitted that you enjoyed it.
I did.
You liked having popcorn and watching that.
Yeah.
So maybe we got to gear you more towards like the human condition, human interest kind of thing. So you and I, James, we were like in Germany or something like that, right? And, you know, after we get home, we always say there's a 48-hour rule because we just both feel like hell and we're angry and we're
Wait.
Yeah.
First of all, it used to be the 24-hour rule.
Oh, I've turned.
And it's
we're
grown
older.
to 40. As you get more tired on the road, it's now the 48-hour rule. But explain what the 48-hour rule is.
48-hour, we call it. I feel floopsy. I can't. Yeah, I don't want you to talk to me. I don't want to make any decisions. I'm going to be irritable. I'm going to be hungry. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be lonely, and I'm going to be tired. Halt. Stop your feelings right there before you get in trouble. And so we both had to remind each other because we call each other, and I'm like, "How you feeling, man?" Just kind of pissed off, and I'm like, "Oh, what are you pissed off?" I don't know. Yeah, me too. And we realized, oh, it's just we gotta just chill for 48 hours.
Yeah, because jet lag actually mirrors clinical depression. So when you're jet lagged, you have to forgive yourself for being in a crappy mood, basically. And that's all it is.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That's good to know. But anyway, on with the story. So, and then I'll shut up. Came home. We were struggling to have a baby, We tried numerous times to have a child, right? And then Katie, as soon as I came in, literally with suitcase in hand, she said, "What do you think about a donor egg?" And I said, "What is that?" She's like, "It's an egg from another woman." And immediately my mind went to, "Oh man, I'm gonna some other girl." And I asked her, I'm like, "Are you telling me that I'm going to make love to another woman besides you?"
And you are with your suitcase in your hand, having just come in for the door, I haven't even put it from down. Europe or whatever.
But at the same time, like, blood is flowing through me, and my head is like, I'm like, this might be an interesting angle, And she said, "No, it's not that. It's this other woman's egg, and she will donate it to us, and people come from all over, yada yada." I said, in a typical male question, I said, "Can I see what she looks like?" And so Katie said, "Sure." She's on this show called Naked and Afraid. It's on in 10 minutes. And I'm still like floopsy, man. I'm just like, wait, what? What? Naked and Afraid, which is essentially a show that people are dropped off in the middle of the wilderness and they're naked and they have fear. They're afraid. They're naked and afraid. And they have to survive. And I'm looking at the woman. This sounds like a joke, right? And I'm looking at the woman. I'm like, oh, wow, she's really pretty, and then they have to get naked and they don't show anybody's privates. So that was the egg donor. And I thought, this is surreal and real watching this reality show.
Okay. So now the question is, would you go on that show? Would you go on Naked and Afraid? So and action. And you have to take off your clothes and wander out into the wilderness.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Everybody, it's the greatest illusion ever because it's not real. You've got Tent City, right? Not Tent City. What do we call it? The Video Village right there. They've got sushi that's being driven out to them. They're not going to leave the DP out there and the director. You got the producers want to make sure, you need to have they're all right there off camera, no matter where. All of these incidents.
Or is it really, maybe it's that the person is really actually naked and afraid, but everyone else gets crafty and little pocket warmers and everything. And they just like make the other person like just huddle in the bush while they take 10 minutes and have their tea. Like, I'm sorry, but you're the star of the show. You can't have a little sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, we
don't want to lie now to the audience.
Well, what's scary. And so, no, I would not do it. Is the question, would you do a reality show?
Yeah.
Because I remember when it was called The Mole and all actors were against reality shows for obvious reasons. They had me come in. They were interested in me hosting The Mole, I think it was called. And I was just mean to those guys, I was just like, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Is this your idea? Whose idea was this? And then it went on to become this huge hit,
I was going to say, Anderson Cooper took that over, and what became of that guy? Yeah.
Whoever heard of him?
Man.
Yeah, he came from nothing. He just disappeared. Yeah. Wow. Came from nothing, went to nothing.
I will say this. I have not seen a reality show that I would want to go on. I've not heard of a reality show that I'd want to go on. Like, would you like people to come into your house?
Squares?
That's not that's a game show. It's different. I've been on the Hollywood Squares.
What?
Yeah.
With Paul?
Yeah, I think that was with Whoopi Goldberg, who was very nice to me. She was very gracious. She was center square, so she was like the queen bee.
Yeah, I remember that.
She welcomed me warmly. I don't think she expected much from me because, I'm an actor, so.
David? James Marsters, please. James Marsters, Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the WB. All righty. James.
Just the one with the piercing screen.
Yeah, my God.
Just a little bit ago, you busted my eardrum.
James, based on folklore, by the way, join us in the audience and get free medication. Based on folklore, if you want to take out a werewolf, you should load your gun with what?
I would never take out a werewolf. No, it would be a silver bullet, I would think.
I would agree. A silver bullet, yes. X gets the square.
Did you get the answers, or did you get the questions in advance?
Oh, I kicked their ass. Oh yeah. I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't remember.
I think I kept myself from cursing, so that was probably the best I could do. Yeah.
Did you?
So anyway,
being on it? Yeah. I'm just
so
curious.
I would not want to be on any reality shows. And Mark, would you be on a reality show?
I'd be on one that explored the darkness of the human existence.
Okay. Well, that's all of them, but okay.
If Wim Wenders or if Werner Herzog came to America and did a reality show that was in the vein of like Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal, I would totally be into that.
Okay. High art. If it was a high art, yeah.
You call it what you want. I don't want to sound pretentious.
That's right. If it's a high art reality show, you'd be in. Right
Yeah.
on. Okay. Next question.
Christine C. from Clare City, South Dakota would like to know what new sports should be added to the Olympics to spice it up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because they were doing extreme sports. They put in skateboarding, and that was really, really cool.
That's right. That's right. Everybody became a big fan. Did they put in skateboarding?
I think they
put
did.
in
Yeah.
snowboarding.
They absolutely put in skateboarding. It was in Japan this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
that's
everyone
fierce.
loved it. It's wonderful. And it's good on camera. And it's, because like the Olympics are like a bunch of stuff that was like skateboarding back in 1840. Everyone's like, oh, have you watched the luge? It's this sled that goes super fast.
Right.
And we can make it. And I'm sorry to the luge players, the competitive luge slayers.
They've just turned
there.
this
But
off.
I mean, come on. It's just, wow. Once you've seen luge.
Does anybody watch the Olympics? I mean, that used to be must-see TV up there with Cosby, And then I don't think anybody gives a damn about the Olympics.
Because I think some of those sports, they need new sports.
So that's good that they put in skateboarding. What else?
I heard about competitive, like this thing called chess boxing, which I think would be fabulous. So it is actually catching on in Europe, and it is just one round of boxing where you kick the crap out of each other, and then ding ding, and then you put two chairs and a table in the middle of the boxing ring, and you play some chess. And then ding ding, take it out. Yeah, it's for real. And then you just whack the crap out of each other again.
Are there videos on this yet, or they haven't? So there are guys
you can look it up.
practicing chess and then going to the extent. So if you knock a guy out, is it over? Or can he like?
Yeah, I think it's obviously it would have to be over. But I mean, what I'm more interested in is like you get your bell rung a lot, and you're kind of like because you see the guys in the corner like, and they're slapping the guy's face like, "Wake up, come back to me, man! You got to get out there." So that's not going to happen. Instead of going to the corner, they sit them down in front of the chessboard and they just stare at it like, "What's the next move?" And they're seeing double. Like,
I would watch that. I would watch that. Who came up with that? That's brilliant. Is this your idea?
And
this really exists.
Yeah. And like you could have like a guy that was like super good at chess.
But
like really good, little skinny guy, but he can't fight at all. So during the boxing, he just runs away from the guy until the time runs out and then just kicks his ass in chess, takes his queen in 3 moves and wins the thing. You could have that.
So let's say Mike Tyson, Yeah. He might be a great chess player. I shouldn't use him. Somebody that's not very good at chess, but a great boxer. Do you start with the chess?
I don't know. I think it would be funnier to start with
Bobby
boxing.
Fischer kind of guy.
Yeah. Tyson against Bobby Fischer.
Is it a certain time that you stop playing chess? Or do you reach a point where, because there's no end to chess until there's the end?
I would think that there would be a certain amount of time. I don't know for sure, but I think so. Or a certain
you
amount of
Bobby
moves,
Fischer,
I guess. I don't know.
Praying, I hope we play chess first. And then you're going to play a little bit, and then it's time to fight.
Yeah.
And then Fischer's gone, down. So that's it, right?
But I don't know, man. Bobby Fischer, man, if he trained to like be really dodgy and weavy, and roll around a lot, do a lot of somersaults and stuff, he might be able to stay away from Tyson long enough to get to the chess match. That would be hilarious.
Okay.
I think that would be great
if
to
this
watch.
is true, I'm going to watch it. I would like to
chess boxing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like you want to watch it now.
I totally do. I want to bring it up on YouTube. That's so weird. I would really be intrigued to watch like the Coliseum kind of games.
Fighting to the death.
Yeah. Like people that would be like, yeah, I want to get the gold medal, but I'm willing to give my life for this. Because wasn't that what the Coliseum was about? So it has to be voluntary, but then you're going to run into like, because like the Iranians, I think, wasn't the whole team killed after they lost in the Olympics or something? The Ayatollah, I mean, just horrible stories, I don't want that. But like, if you're willing to like do I'll die for this and I'll be number one. First off, you're not going to have that many people.
I guess the difference between being willing to be eaten by a lion to get a gold medal and being willing to be naked and afraid to get famous, it's not that different, I suppose.
Okay, so let's give one to the animals. So hunters with lions and crazed monkeys, and it's enclosed within like 5 miles, and you only have a certain amount of, right? Yeah. And so those animals are going to be hiding, and I have a feeling they're a little better, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then, you have Jim Lampley saying, oh, he's being mauled. Oh, he got his head. No, he just shot him. He shot him. Nobody's coming back. He's eating. Oh, do you keep the camera on that death?
Oh my God. I would have to shower very well before I became the hunter for that, so they wouldn't be able to smell me.
But would you watch it? Would you say like, man, we have to pay $30 to watch this?
I would be ashamed to say that I would watch the crap out of that. Yeah, I would watch the hell out of that. Because you could have like the GPS tracker on the hunter and the lion, and you'd know who's close to
they
who
all have
and what's going on, but they wouldn't know.
They all have YouTubes on their head. Not YouTubes.
Oh, okay.
Is that what they call it? What are the kids?
Like a camera.
GoPros. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not the monkeys, because they'll do something so silly and cute. Then suddenly you'll have an emotional relationship with that monkey, Because why don't we throw
feces at some point? It would happen.
Why don't we dress monkeys up more?
Oh, they're throwing feces. Cut to commercial. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
What if the monkeys were dressed like the hunters and give them bike tricycles? Would
I don't know.
Be cool?
I don't know.
Would they be more upset that we're dressing them up like human beings, or that they're being hunted?
Maybe this is not good. I think like if the hunters were winning all the time, then you'd have to stop doing it, because it's not fair, and you're just like killing animals.
Like we're more sad.
But if some of the human beings got killed half the time, then it would be okay. That's weird to think about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if the humans were just getting wiped out every single time, no one would complain.
But they're volunteering.
But if the lions were
the animals are not volunteering.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty dark. I've got one. So there's this thing called zorbing that I've found out about, and it's where you get a clear plastic ball, inflatable, very large, and you have a human being in that ball, and they can run within the ball and bounce around the world. And you have, especially in New Zealand,
around the world.
They're zorbing, and they're just going.
I've seen this.
Off of little cliffs and over hillside and dale, and they're just bouncing around the world. And I thought there could be like a zorbing football kind of idea, maybe. Like,
how would you catch it?
Well, you can't catch a zorb because it's like 175 pounds of human beings in that ball, so you get squashed by it if anything. But if you have obviously the zorb guy is the ball, and then you have. Each team only has one person, and they're trying to push the zorb guy into the end zone of the opposite player, just like football. Yeah. But you get points just like football in that way. But if the zorb guy can get out of bounds, he gets points, or she. So, and if you could be allowed to. It would be like kind of mixed martial arts. So you could like attack the other player, not the zorb person, because you can't attack the ball, but you could attack your opponent. And I think it would be hilarious if they started fighting and just knocking the crap out of each other. And then the Zorb person's like, "Oh, this is my chance," and the ball starts to run away to the boundary. And then the two people have to stop fighting and probably work together to stop the momentum of this huge Zorb trying to get out to the outfield. And then like they push him back, and it's right as soon as it looks like they're going to be able to contain the Zorb guy, somebody just kicks the legs out of the other person, and it all starts again. And I think that would be really hilarious.
Could you combine zorbing with not plunking? What's the chess box match?
Chess boxing and zorbing at the same time. I don't know.
I'd like to get into a Zorb ball with you. Because it would be, because we would say like, no, let's go this way for it. And then, and just from a distance, how idiotic we'd look. I want to see that.
Like playing chess in a Zorb.
No, yeah. You'd have to tell people what the moves are, but I'm talking about me and you getting in a Zorb ball, for charity.
Yeah. And just breaking each other's bones. Just hitting each other, just whacking each other's skulls. Bam! Ow! You hit me in the head again. Ow!
Yeah.
Bam, you hit me in the head again. Because I think that like you couldn't have competitive zorbing. You if you're going to start zorbing, you want to put it into a field of some kind and contain it. Because I don't know. I worry for the hitchhikers in New Zealand who think that they've escaped civilization and they've gotten away from all the trails where the motorbikes might be interrupting a nice quiet walk or hike in nature, and then this Zorb person just comes pounding down the hill and squashes them momentarily.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I'm interested in getting Zorbs kind of within a stadium where it's safer.
Can you order one of those on Amazon?
I'll bet you can.
I don't know. Zorb balls?
Anything.
Let me see. Oh, wow, you can.
There you go. What about combining a hunter with a Zorb guy? Okay, so you have like a downhill Zorb runner trying to get from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill at the finish line. But then you have a hunter trying to shoot the Zorb ball.
Yeah.
and pop it while the person's trying to get down the hill. And of course, it would just be darts, and the Zorb guy could be like trying to hide behind trees and stuff like that and just try to get to the bottom of the hill without getting popped. That would be fun to watch. Well, that's two. Yeah. I think that would improve the Olympics incredibly. Yep. Or get them sued repeatedly. I don't know.
But out of all of them, I think the hunting one is the best. My idea is the best.
Okay.
Because you would watch it, right?
Yeah, I would. I
mean, that's filthy.
I would. But I think that my idea is the best, and then chess boxing would be the best.
Well, we'll just agree to disagree and let the audience.
Next question.
Patrick from Fort Myers, Florida would like to know, what's the one thing that you think everyone should do at least once?
I grew up in the 70s, and like every guy's joke anywhere was like, it's the best thing you can do with your pants on.
Yeah.
And I'd always get a big laugh. It was a constant thing that was, Burt Reynolds would say it on Carson. The one thing everybody has to do, I just started doing this. Can I say that people should do?
Yeah.
I just started doing this. Try like listening to the other person in the room.
I'm sorry, what was that? I wasn't listening.
After you talk. I know. Well, see there. Because because I usually say something and then I go into my head of like, I wonder if that sounded good. I think it did. And then you're answering, but I'm still like, maybe I should have put more emphasis on this, line. Mm-hmm. I'm going to follow it up as soon as whatever he's saying. But then this therapist that Katie and I are seeing said, like, let's practice listening. And so I my eyes kind of started crossing because it was hard. I'm not used to it. Have you done that? And I'm being serious. I'm being serious. James.
Yes, tried hard to listen to someone else when I didn't actually feel like listening to the other person. Yes, kind of all the time.
Oh.
Every day. Maybe I should try it. I think everyone, now most people probably do this, but I think if you don't do it, it's a real problem. I think that everyone, if you have a life partner, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the thing is, if you have a life partner, and it's fine if you don't, but if you do, you should definitely fart in front of them at some point. You should begin that.
Oh, I thought you were going.
Nope. Yep.
Come on, man.
I think until you start farting in front of each other, you are not really getting super honest.
It's not
with
true
each
love.
Other. You're still trying to hold on to giving them an image of yourself that is romanticized or perfected, and you're probably hiding more from them than just the farting. And you're not really going to get to know each other even well enough to know if you can fall in love until you actually get really honest with each other. And I think that that's how you tell when stuff's starting to get real, when people are starting to get really like trust is built up and you're comfortable in front of each other. It's when the farts start happening. And if you're not doing that, you got to be honest. I don't really trust the person as, you know.
So that, I truly know people that have been married for 30 years that have admitted they've never farted in front of each other. I like Katie's farts.
Yeah, you're in love. Wow, you like, okay.
But I think I don't love it when she's doing it when we make love. I think that there is a time and place for that.
Well, sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes it just happens, Mark. Yeah.
And that's true.
Do you think that she's doing it on purpose just to mess with you?
Oh, I've never, well, I'm having the biggest deja vu. I'm not even joking. It's weird. I don't know because.
Well, we do talk about farts a lot, so that could be it.
So let me get this straight. So like you've been dating for maybe a couple of years, and then you're watching some Netflix and sitting on the couch, and suddenly.
Yeah.
And then slowly the couple looks at each other and just smiles, and then he would put his hand gently on her
so
hand.
Romantic when you think about it. It's
and
like,
then,
I trust you. Yeah.
And then a man fart. But what if it's a kidney fart?
Well, then you run for the doors, and that's going to happen, That's going to happen. Hey, guess what? I'm a human being.
And then the relationship doesn't work out.
I'm a human being. Deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I can't top that. Yeah. That's
Oh my God, that was exhausting.
Okay.
I'm normally like kind of interesting, but then this show, we're doing the show, and I have to be like fairly interesting or moderately interesting.
Listen,
just a low amount. This is.
No,
Jason,
you were very interesting.
Look at
the picture of my dad's toe again. Just remember, everybody, cut your nails. I think real quickly, it's because guys, we get guts, and then we just don't want to have to work at our nails, so it just go. And women don't really get the guts.
You just can't see them anymore. Yeah, yeah, that's probably it.
Good luck with your toes. Let me know how it goes. Send me a picture of yours. Let it keep growing. I want to see it.
Show you. I'm going to send you a toe pic. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Schmactors. Join James and Mark next time for more pointed pontification on the topics of the day. Do you have a burning question that you just can't wait to have the guys answer? Well, then head on over to schmactors.com and send it our way. If the answer won't get them canceled, we'll add it to the queue. And if you have a friend who you think would enjoy the show, use the share button in your podcast player and send it to them directly. Trust me, it'll make their day. Signing off for James and Mark, this is producer Jason. Until we meet again.